Welcome back to Brothers Talking Sports. I'm your host, Oscar. Welcome to Week 10 preview and predictions. I'm your co-host, Oscar, here with my co-host, Shea and Ezra. Guys, how are we doing today?
Absolutely, spectacularly, awesomely. All right.
Are you just trying to say a bunch of words?
Yeah, I wanted to hype it up, and then I'm all right.
Word. Ezra, how are we doing?
Shea spoke first this week. That's all that matters. I was going to hold out again.
I wasn't going to delay us a minute again this week.
Yeah, that was
slow, productive day.
Slow, productive day. All right.
And it's almost Friday. We made it.
Beautiful. All right, so we got our game picks this week. We got two special segments on the way. We have film review. We have play breakdown, and we also have a QB rankings towards the end. So stay tuned towards that. All right, guys, you ready?
Let's party.
Let's party. Play breakdown.
Oh, we're doing that first.
We're doing play breakdown first. That's what came up first.
Okay.
That's what the government has in store for us today.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh,
I like it.
We got, oh, fuck.
Sorry.
We got Kirk Cousins. Okay, what the fuck is going on?
The play's running.
I know.
Mine works.
Empty set. Oh, yeah, I saw this. That's right.
I think a lot of people saw this play, but this was just one I picked this week. I thought this was a beautiful play. Where you actually have a second view, too. I brought the second view back this week.
This is the definition of why it's difficult to go man coverage in trips bunch against trips bunch.
Okay, well, I hope this thing stops. Okay, why isn't this stopping? This is being really
Why
annoying.
did triple leg pump? What the fuck was that?
Okay, well, if I could stop this ever. Okay.
1,
there we
2.
go. Okay, so we have an all-out blitz from the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to send 6.
Empty for the Falcons.
Falcons are manned up, empty. Actually, I want to start with okay, hold on. I want to move this back towards actually when we pre-snap this. The other way. The other way looks a little bit better. If I could ever get towards it, because this kind of tells a better story, I think. Okay. All right, so Kirk sees here, Trayvon Diggs is going to come over to the bunch side on the right. Right, we have three defensive linemen. They're gonna shade. They're gonna slant right. Overshown's gonna come over from the left side on it right here. Overshown's gonna come slant down hard, and Kirk Cousins does.
There's another edge rusher.
Yeah, there's another edge rusher on the other side coming too. So the Cowboys are slanting hard to get Overshown, one of their faster linebackers, straight to Kirk Cousins right here, and Kirk Cousins does I think what any veteran great QB would do right here. He sees it really quick. And this is just what I think is great, elite anticipation right here by Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is going to get sacked on this play, most likely. But he does a really good job of shuffling towards the right, knowing where his protection is, and hitting a wide open Darnell Mooney in stride. I think it's one of those plays where it shows how good of a quarterback Kirk Cousins just is. Jay, got anything on this play?
Well, I want to start with, I think the Cowboys, I don't understand the Cowboys' defensive formation. Okay, I get sending 6, that's fine. I'm not going to disagree with you. Now, having 4 down D linemen and 2 stand-ups, you're almost telling, teams, what they'll do is sometimes they might put 6 on the line of scrimmage, but they'll have 2 linebackers in the middle because they could possibly drop off and maybe they're showing blitz and they drop off. There is no way that they're not blitzing on this. I mean, maybe this guy drops in the flat. That's about the only thing you could get difference-wise. Or he mans up the inside receiver, Diggs drops deep kind of thing. Most likely, though, you have 4 down D linemen, 4 D tackles. They're going to get the quarterback no matter what. A lot of teams, they'll have maybe 2 guys here, 2 guys here. They'll have 2 linebackers in the middle that could possibly drop off into a different coverage. You don't know what you're going to get. But I'm not sure why. They came out, I mean, this is the personnel the Falcons came out. 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. That's Pitts, that's Bijan.
Yes, they came out 11
receivers.
personnel.
Yeah. And the Cowboys decided, we're going to go our goal line package, basically. And they went with a bunch of D linemen, some linebackers, and they're all right, we're just going to play man-to-man across the board.
Well, first off, I don't understand why Diggs is manned up on Mooney, right? But he is inside leverage right now on Mooney. So all Mooney has to do is what he does run is a wheel, and it's wide open for a touchdown.
That might be a thing where it's if T goes out, it's a switch to one of the other corners kind of thing. It's he gets passed to here, then passed to here. Yes. They kind of switch. But I think this just shows why first of all, playing man-to-man is hard already.
They do it a lot, the Cowboys.
Playing man-to-man against trips is difficult. Playing man-to-man against trips bunch, I think, is impossible. I don't know. Like I said, like Oscar just said, I mean, these two guys you could have like one guy runs a corner, one guy runs maybe just a slant, the other guy runs a quick out, and Diggs, like the inside guy runs a quick out, and Diggs has got to cover it. Unless there's no switch call or something, even if they do switch, you probably got the corner route wide open anyway. Like I get the blitz is going to get there and they got to get the ball out quick, but I don't like the decision that the Cowboys made on this play. And look, could they have covered it right? I mean, Diggs gets stuck. I don't know if he tries to run through it or he wanted the guy to switch, but if you played a little more,
if I could ever freaking get this,
if you just watch Diggs
gets jammed
he identify it and he tries to run through, and he just gets stuck. That's basically what they knew. Maybe the Cowboys weren't going to switch. They ran 2 slants and 1 quick out, and it ended up he wheeled it up the sideline. It was a touchdown. Even if you ran an out, it was a first down. It didn't matter.
I just think this is great anticipation by Kirk right here, because when he threw the ball, the Diggs, he was not open. Yeah. But this is a route where it's like, this is a route. If Diggs plays this right, he might have a pick. He might be able to get through this and get a pick, because it doesn't have to be. It's not the best ball. He just has to get out there. But Kirk does a good job. He lets his guy go make a play, and he sees the right read. He identifies no switch, and that he's going to have Mooney open, and he lets it fly. It's a good decision, and this is what a 35-year-old quarterback decision he's going to make. A rookie quarterback probably wouldn't do this. A couple of years probably wouldn't do this. This is what a veteran quarterback knows. He knows what to do. Makes a good play. This is why the Falcons are a good team. Ezra, what do you got on this play? Anything?
The only thing I was going to comment on the whole Trayvon Diggs thing.
Okay.
So it's man-to-man. It's tough to play man-to-man against the fastest tight end in the league, in my opinion. But if you watch when he throws the ball, he also has Kyle Pitts not wide open, but Kyle Pitts is open over the middle of the field. A good ball is an easy 5 or 10 yard gain. And then Drake London on the outside. Are you going to throw that ball one-on-one? No. But could you?
That's
down
Bijan.
there.
That's Bijan. Bijan looks
that's
like
Bijan on the
like
bottom.
you're in like a little
that's just that's a distraction route. You're never throwing to your running back one-on-one split out like that. Teams don't do that.
Bad. Not Drake London, never mind.
Just to draw a corner. No, Drake London
got
hurt this game, actually. Yes, he got hurt. That's Darnell Mooney catches the touchdown. They have, what's the other guy?
Ray
McLeod's 34. He's up there. I don't know who the other guy is.
I can't see the numbers. But
is Olamide Zaccheaus on the team anymore? I don't think he is.
So that was that.
I like the idea of sending pressure. It's tough, especially because let's just say if it was Trayvon Diggs the guy, and he was supposed to be manned up, he's an idiot for standing there, because obviously he got caught behind his own player.
Well,
I don't know if it went.
It's also interesting because I'll run it back here. They run a little, like Diggs comes over late. Like if we watch, like Diggs just came over.
I don't know if they tried to disguise something.
Hesitated.
I think so. They did,
but
they tried to disguise
did an awful job. What I would have liked the Cowboys do, I think this would have been a really good idea. Let's see if you agree. You go man-to-man here, because you know the pressure's going to get there in 2 seconds. Man-to-man here. Diggs drops deep. This guy jumps the flat. This guy jumps in for like the slant. Then you have the quick slant covered, the flat covered, and the deep ball covered. Not only that, Kirk Cousins would be confused. He'd probably be like, "Oh, they dropped the zone." And all it takes, he has to hesitate for 1 second, and then the pressure's going to get there. But it was so obvious, man, and so obvious of a look. If all it had to take, I said, Diggs drops deep. This guy drops quick to the hook to curl. He drops in the flat real quick, so the out's covered, the slant's covered. And if they did run that wheel up the sideline, Diggs goes and picks that ball off. Kirk would have been confused. He would have probably thrown one up, would have been picked off, or broken up. This is 4th down, I believe, and this happens.
This is 4th and 3.
Yeah, 4th and 3. This is
to put context into it.
Yeah, so. This is, and the game wasn't over by any means. I think it might have been 14-3. Oh, 7-3 when this happened?
This was to go up 14-3, yeah.
So okay, I was going to say, I knew this was like a 4-point game or so, 3 or 4 point game. Like the game was not by any means. Like still, Cowboys are in this game. They couldn't convert a 4th down. But I just don't agree with the Cowboys' defensive decision on this. Maybe Dan Quinn's still there. Different things happen. I don't know who their current defense coordinator is.
It's a good one. I forgot who it is. Their Cowboys defensive coordinator. I forgot who it is, but I remember the other day talking about this. All right, we move on here. Pick'em leaders. Ezra and Shea are tied with 53 points. Max has fallen way behind at 40, and I'm in 3rd place, sitting alone with 50 points. So I had the best week last week. I only got 2 wrong. Shea had about 10 points. I had 13. Ezra, I think you had 12. So
Nice.
I did win last week, though, guys.
It's all close.
It is very close this year, which is good.
Close.
It's good. We like close. All right. We keep moving on here. The Giants play the Panthers this week in Germany. I'll kick it off because I know Ezra wants to kick it to me. I'm going to take the Giants here. I think the Giants are a much better football team than the Carolina Panthers. Just talent, roster. I think everything. There's no reason the Giants should lose this week. And if they do, there's going to be some internal locker room issues, I think, for the New York Giants. Malik Neighbors is already dropping little clues of he's not happiest, and says some bullshit that he probably shouldn't say. But Giants should win this one this week. Shea?
Yeah, what did he say about Brian Dable after the game or something like that? I was trying to look it up.
Essentially, he said, "I don't call the plays. It's hard to be a good offense when you're only running the ball. You got to be very diverse, and you have to be able to pass the ball a little bit more."
Because I remember some guy, the New York guy, was like, "Neighbors, you can't say that." He was like losing his mind about it. I also like the Giants in this game. Giants played a pretty good game last week against a good Washington team, and I think the Giants, last few games. Not played great, but they've played all right. They're in a game against Pittsburgh, in the game against Washington. Carolina had a huge win last week against the Saints. They're riding high. They're still celebrating down there in Carolina. Now they got to go over to Germany. I don't know how many times the Giants have played overseas. I know they played once, and they did win that game.
They beat the Rams once.
Oh no, they beat the Packers once.
Oh, that's right. So they played twice.
They beat the Packers in London.
They're 2-0 in games overseas.
You know what? We don't have people booing Daniel Jones. He does all right. I'll take the Giants.
Shay, think about this for a quick second. Back-to-back weeks, we took the Giants.
Well, listen, Giants played Washington. You always got to take the Giants against Washington. This is the first time I think I've ever seen Washington beat the Giants twice. This is
who picked Washington?
Yeah. I don't know the last time.
Sorry.
I mean, Carolina they're not that good, okay? They beat a really bad Saints
Let's just say, guys, this week, this is the number 32 offense in the New York Giants scoring offense. This is the number 32 scoring defense this week. They're going head-to-head. Who's worse?
You're supposed to be able to run the ball in Carolina pretty good. With Derek Brown not being there, you're supposed to be able to run the ball in them.
Ezra, what do you got?
I was just looking at the all-time Giants international games. They beat the Dolphins in 2007.
Oh, I didn't.
They beat the Rams in 2016.
Yep.
And
they beat the Packers
2022.
Yep, so they're 3-0.
Maybe the Giants should just
take the Giants here. The Panthers are pretty bad. It's pretty much a competition of what team should be 31st in the league, a little better than New Orleans.
I mean, this is a top seed pick right here. The loser of this game probably is going to be a top 5 pick. Definitely.
Still got 7 teams.
No, there's a lot of bad teams. I'm saying whoever loses this one might really guarantee themselves they're locking up that bottom 5 spot because they're both 2-win teams. Not sure how many more games either one of them will win.
Giants have a very easy schedule coming up, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's the Giants.
Yeah, but they got to play the Saints. Got to play the Cowboys.
They play the Cowboys,
Bucks.
who they can't beat, but the Cowboys are bad. The Saints, the Colts, and a Bucks team who's kind of.
No, the Bucks are still. I would not count out Baker's good. Baker's good. That's a scrappy Bucks team. I mean, they took Kansas City down like they were not going down without a fight that game.
Let's move on, folks. Patriots Bears this week. Nobody really cares. Ezra, what do you got?
Let me just look through. Hold on, never mind. I was considering locking the Bears here. I will not. There's a different game I'm going to lock, but the Bears are going to commandingly win this. The spread's at 6. I think they'll win by 2 scores.
Okay. Jay?
This new Patriots team with Drake May is scrappy. Drake May, I mean, if you watch the play that he threw the touchdown pass against the Titans to go to overtime, was wild. He sat back there, threw a crazy pass to Ramondre Stevenson. This is a different team.
Michael Jackson might be blind. The left guard might be blind.
Oh, I didn't see that.
On the overtime, on the play, the overtime play? The play to go to overtime? Oh, yeah, he did nothing.
Oh, really?
Watch the left guard. Watch the left guard. He just stands there. Watch 7 guys run past him.
Now the Bears got embarrassed last week. I mean, embarrassed. They got absolutely embarrassed. Now I don't think New England's not good, but I don't think they're awful.
But
I heard something.
I heard something too, but it's okay.
The Bears are solid. Like, the Bears are not great, but they're not bad either. And I think after a loss like that, you're due for a get-right game, and I think they'll get it right against New England here, especially because their schedule gets very, very, very difficult after this game. And the Bears are 4-4. If they go 4-5 going into the tough part of their schedule, yeah, it's going to go downhill big time for them.
So you are taking Chicago.
I'll take the Bears. That's twice in a row I've taken the Bears. They let me down again. Disappointment.
Upset alert! New England's winning this game. I'm taking New England as an upset this week.
I don't think so.
I think the Bears are on the decline. So. This is it. This is the downfall. DJ Moore literally walked off the field in the middle of a play. Not kidding you.
I saw that. No, I didn't see that.
He walked off.
He thought Caleb Williams got sacked, or something like that. Or someone said he might have stepped out of bounds, so he couldn't even do anything to catch the ball. So he was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll get off the field.
All right, we move on, folks. The Vikings and the Jaguars play this week. What do you got?
Hold on. This is for Buffalo? Yeah.
What?
I'll go in the meantime. Jaguars, Vikings. I told you last week this Jaguars team.
You went out of order.
Ezra, there's no fucking order. Jesus.
This Jaguars team is scrappy. They had a shot against Philly last week to win that game. I mean, Trevor Lawrence threw an awful ball. He just threw one up at the end. However, I'm not sure who's starting for Jacksonville quarterback. It's not Trevor Lawrence, I'm pretty sure. Ezra, that's when we need
injury guys looking. Hold on.
This is where we need Ezra looking. I'm like 90% sure Trevor Lawrence is out.
I know he was.
Apparently, Trevor Lawrence is still questionable.
Yeah.
He was limited today.
He what?
Limited today.
Oh, really? I swear I saw something he wasn't going to play.
So he will play this week.
He should play then.
Brian Thomas was limited today as well and is listed as questionable.
I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. I'm going to take the Vikings, but I think this is a game like Philly. This Jaguars team is scrappy. They play teams kind of close. I think they keep this close. I'll take Minnesota, but this is a close game.
Shea is taking Minnesota. Ezra, I understand why you're confused. I skipped over the Colts game. We'll go back in 1 second.
Thank you.
What do you got? I'm sorry. I'm looking at my sheet and I go, oh shit, I skipped a game. Go. What do you got on this game?
I'm going to take the Vikings. I'm going to agree with Shea. It's going to be a little closer. Most definitely a one-score game. That's what I have to say about it.
All right, I like it. Minnesota.
Could it come down to a game-winning drive? Maybe, probably not, but not going to be a blowout.
Minnesota didn't play very well last week, even though they beat the Colts. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are a scrappy, okay football team. I'm going to take Minnesota, but definitely could see an upset this week. All right, now we will go back. I'm very sorry, as Buffalo and Indianapolis. Go right ahead.
Bills next.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think it's that easy. Buffalo's been rolling pretty good. They've had a few big. Last week was a big win against Miami, close game, but good win. They got the win. And the
Colts are a good team at home. Don't get me wrong.
This is a.
You guys don't believe in the home bullshit.
This isn't just any Colts team. This is Joe Flacco's Colts. Now they struggled last week against the Vikings, but to be fair, everybody who's played the Vikings defense this year has struggled. I think like everybody besides like the Lions and the Packers in the second half. I don't think like the Vikings have done a great job otherwise. I mean, and the Rams. The Rams also handled them. But again, that's McVay. Now, Josh Allen's Josh Allen. Probably might be the best. I don't know if he might be. I mean, it's tough if him or Lamar are the MVP right now. They're both great. He's phenomenal. I'll take Buffalo, but I think this game could be closer than people think again.
I'm with you guys on this. I'm going to take Buffalo, too. I think one of the aspects people are forgetting of, you could actually look at the numbers between the Colts rushing with Anthony Richardson on their team, rushing with Joe Flacco. They're not as explosive. They're not as dynamic. Jonathan Taylor can't get going as well. He's had worse games under Joe Flacco because Anthony Richardson doesn't give that. They don't have Anthony Richardson to give that rushing ability. So I'm going to take Buffalo in this game. They're also missing their left tackle, the Colts, so that hurts as well. Alrighty, we skip over to the Chiefs and the Broncos this week. Two big AFC West matchup. Ezra, what do you got?
Well, I was really hopeful that Kansas City would lose last week. I won't go into it in depth, but they got barely bailed out last week, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that overtime drive, and it also came down to a coin flip. I won't get into the NFL's rules on overtime. It's stupid. Okay, Kansas City's going to win again. Next.
The game was surprisingly close last week. Surprisingly close.
It was.
I'm surprised that Kansas City defense let up 24 points to the Bucks without Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. I mean, listen, I know the
don't sleep on Sterling Shepard. Stop sleeping.
I know the Bucks are 4-5, but I mean Baker is a top 5 quarterback this year. I think we need to give that guy some props. He is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing phenomenal football. I mean,
They're probably the best team with a losing record.
He went from. I mean, if this Bucks team is healthy, this is a good team. This is a very good team, I think, with all their weapons.
We're not talking about those teams. We're talking about these two.
Good point. This game will be pretty close. I think Denver got embarrassed last week. Which I think all figured they were going to get embarrassed. Kansas City, obviously, 8-0. They're rolling pretty good. This game is close. And I know I said Kansas City has a loss coming somewhere. I'm not going to say it's this game. I think the spread of this one's like 9.5. I would take Denver in the points, but I'll take Kansas City to win. Kansas City's loss is going to come next week, I think.
I would love to take Denver this week, but I'm taking KC. I think Denver, though, has a great chance to win this football game. I think the Chiefs are a beatable football team. You got to do everything, all the little things right to beat them. But they are a beatable team, even though they haven't been beat this year.
I think it's Bo Nix against Steve Spagnuolo. That's a tough matchup.
It is.
That's probably the best defense coordinator in the league going up against a rookie quarterback.
A team that just came
and the rookies in Arrowhead.
I understand.
Yeah, this is a tough game.
But this is an upset alert for KC.
I think this is a low scoring game.
KC could lose this game. I could see it. Denver is a good football team for what we give them credit for. They're a top 10 defense in the league. They have a competent offense. So I'm gonna take the KC, but the Broncos have a good chance.
This is like a 2017 game that really.
Yeah. All right, Ezra, what do you got? Saints Falcons.
Well, sorry, I'm chewing.
It's okay.
So the Saints lost last week badly to a team they should not have lost to. We all thought Derek Carr would save their ass. And then they went out and fired their head coach. 7 straight losses. They look brutal. They're probably the worst team in the league. Will it be a lot closer with whoever the hell is filling in for head coach? Probably. But the Falcons are going to win this game.
Oh, you're a moron.
You're a moron. What head coach got fired? Didn't a head coach get fired earlier in this year? Who am I forgetting?
Robert Saleh.
And
they still lost.
They did lose, right?
Still
I was going to say, I have a rule where when a team loses their head coach, you pick them the next week because they're coming in playing with fire. But
did the Saints not fire their? Am I an idiot?
What?
No, they did.
No. When a team fires their head coach, you pick them to win the next week because they come out playing out of their minds. I think there's more problems with the Saints team than just Dennis Allen, though. I don't think anyone likes Derek Carr. I think he's a big issue.
I know Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas does not like Derek Carr. He was losing. I mean, he's out of his mind. And this is a good Falcons team. I want to take the Saints. I really do want to take the Saints because I think it's like, oh, here we go. And they just got embarrassed, and the Falcons are rolling. I'm going to take the Saints. I'll take the Saints, but I could be wrong. This could be the Falcons could just be rolling, but I always like to take a team with a new head coach.
I know I just talked about how I like the Falcons. I think Kirk Cousins is really good, and I'm going to take the Saints this week, though.
When did Saleh get fired?
Like week 3 or 4.
Who they lose to the following week?
The Bills.
Oh, that Monday night game?
Monday night game.
Oh, yeah, they shouldn't have lost that game.
So we move on, though. 49ers, Buccaneers. Christian McCaffrey's back. Ezra, take it away!
I really want to do it. I have so much faith in Baker.
Then
I'm going to take the Bucs as my upset at home.
Yeah. Yeah!
Give me MVP Bake.
As we're rolling with Baker. Shea?
I just want to look up one thing.
One thing Shea wants to look up while I speak about the Buccaneers and the 49ers this week. Christian McCaffrey's back. Niners don't lose without Christian McCaffrey. They got him. They got Brock Purdy. They got Kyle Shanahan. That's all they need this week. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shea, did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, I want to look up Kyle Shanahan's record off a bye. Because, I mean, you got guys like Andy Reid off a bye, just don't lose. Shannon's actually 4-3 off a bye. However, first 2 years they weren't so good. Now, when they've been decent, they're 4-1 off a bye. Good teams don't lose off a bye. That's just how it usually is. Good teams don't lose off a bye, especially when I think you Kyle Shanahan and the Niners with the one of the best players in the game coming back in McCaffrey. I'll take San Francisco.
Okay, folks.
Hold on.
What, Ezra?
Baker didn't practice today, but he's apparently still expected to play.
Nah, Baker gonna play. He's a tough man. He's playing.
Baker gonna play, baby. Steelers and the Commanders this week. Two big heavyweight teams this week. High records, a lot of wins. Going at it. Ezra, what do you got?
So everyone doubted me last week when I took the Commanders against my own team and the Giants. Oscar, you're going to doubt me. I want you to talk all about the Steelers, but they're losing this week. Give me Washington.
You're a moron.
Yep.
This is the as I like to call it, the fraud battle.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Now,
Only one of them is a real fraud.
Hear me out.
Only one of
Neither
them
one of them is a fraud. Okay.
I believe that too.
Neither one of them is a fraud. They're both good. Neither one of them is a Super Bowl winning is a Super Bowl contending team. However,
both of them have better records than the Ravens, and none of them should.
Yeah, it's one of the, they both only have 2 losses, but I think there are several teams in each conference I would take over either one of them. For example, Washington's the 2 seed right now, playing the Packers in the first round. If the season ended today, I would take the Packers to beat them in the first round. But that's besides the point. However, in this game, Washington's been rolling a little bit. Washington's playing really good. Pittsburgh have a bye last week.
Yes.
Mike Tomlin off a bye. Enough said. Steelers will win this game. And the Steelers gauntlets. This is the start of the Steelers gauntlet. As we said, they got 9 games, 9 all tough football games. I think they'll win this one. And then it gets going for them.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game for Pittsburgh. Jane Daniels and the Washington Commanders. This is a defense that I think is going to hold Jane Daniels to 17 to 14 points this week. And I think the Steelers are going to win their good old fashioned football games. Russell Wilson's going to have 4 or 5 big time throws. They're going to run the ball. They're going to play great defense. TJ Watt's going to get a great play in there. And the Steelers are going to play classic Steeler ball and move on to 8-2. Or no. 7-2. I'm sorry. We move on though. 2 teams I don't think have any fans left. Chargers and Titans. Ezra, what do you got? Come on, man. What do you got?
So last week I doubted the Chargers and took the Browns.
Of course you
did.
Everyone else was right.
Yeah,
Jameis threw 3 interceptions.
I told you Jameis had a good week.
No.
It's Jameis Winston. He's back.
I know. But LA played well. Fairly, really well. They got back to doing what they should be doing. J.K. Dobbins, 14 touches, 2 touchdowns. Quentin Johnson went over 100 yards. Herbert looked good. No turnovers. I don't think he fumbled. Whatever. No interceptions. I'm going to take the Chargers. I think they're going to continue winning, and the Titans aren't that good.
Titans aren't that good, so he's going to take the Chargers. Okay. Love it.
Yeah, Ezra, I think you said it just a little too many words there. Titans aren't a very good football team. Chargers are not a great football team, but they're a good football team with Jim Harbaugh as their coach. Chargers will win this game.
Guys, I'm joining the bandwagon. I'm taking the Chargers. There's not much to be said. I don't think the Titans are a very good team. They squeaked out one last week, but I don't know how many more they can squeak out. We move on, though. The Jets and the Cardinals play this week. This is a really good matchup. Ezra, what do you got, though?
So last week and the week before, I've been high on the Cardinals. I really want to stay high on the Cardinals, but that Jets team last week looked good. Now, they played a Houston team with a lot of questions, and it was a kind of a bounce back for the Jets after going on a bit of a losing streak there.
I need Jeopardy music right here, so I just hit the button.
I will take the Cardinals as I already picked an upset. Don't matter. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Okay, he's taking the Cardinals. Wait, Ezra, you took an upset where?
I did. I picked Tampa.
Okay. Do you have a lock yet?
No, that's coming on the next game.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked at any of the spreads or what I've gone.
You took Arizona or you took the Jets? I'm sorry. You took Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah.
I like it. Ezra gets bold. Ezra's has been very different. I like it. Brings a different perspective every week, and he gets some. He's in first place right now. He's tied for first. So he brings a good perspective. Shay, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm rolling with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Aaron Rodgers once said we can run the table. He said it. He did it. He said it again. I seriously think they could do it again. They're going to get hot. The Cardinals are the most inconsistent team in the NFL. I've watched them win by 20. I've watched them lose by 20. It's back-to-back weeks. It's just I don't like. They looked like they were bad. Now they look like they're pretty good. I don't know what they are. But I think against the good teams they're bad. Against the bad teams they're good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much more to say than I think the Jets are just a better, more talent. I think they're just a more talented team than the Cardinals, and I'm taking the Jets this week. All right, guys, so one really good team, one really bad team. We're all going to take Philly, and we're going to move the fuck on. All righty.
I like Cooper Rush in the upset.
Shut up, Shea.
I'm locking Philly.
I know. We're all locking Philly. I know.
All right, cool.
All right, the Lions play the Texans this week in a great Sunday Night Football matchup between two juggernauts. Texans don't catch a break. The Jets, and then the Lions. Ezra, what do you got?
I want to be bold because Houston should be bouncing back. They're quite good at home. They beat the Bills at home. They haven't really beat any good teams, though. That's the tough part about this. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Jets last week, which is kind of ugly. And they lost to the Vikings. Got blown out by the Vikings, I should say. The Lions look really, really, really good. Best team in the league good. They're red hot. Only one loss early in the year.
Where are we going, Ez? Where are we going? Come on. Got to pick one of them.
I will take the Lions to stay red hot.
All right. Ezra is going with Detroit this week. I'm going to say the Houston Texans win this game. I just think it's going to be very hard for CJ Stroud to lose this game this week, even though I think the Lions are the better football team by a wide margin here. I'm going to take the Texans. I don't know what the spread is on this game. What's the spread in this game?
Hold on.
Doesn't fucking happen.
Lions
loading
minus
3.5.
Lions minus 3.5. Okay, that's interesting. This isn't my upset because I took the Patriots this week, but
and the Lions also just got Zadarius Smith.
I know the Lions look good. Shay,
Ezra, is Nico Collins off IR yet?
Hold on. Let's see.
Why do I think he
Depth
is?
chart, Houston. Nico Collins. Hamstring was not spotted at practice. He is still on IR.
Oh, now because this is a whole different team. With Nico Collins, I think the Texans win this game. Without Nico Collins, it's tough.
It's going to be very tough.
It's tough because you just don't have a lot of weapons. I'm going to take the Texans because my gut was to go with the Texans in this game. Even though the Lions are, this is a good football team. It's the best team in the NFC right now, I think.
I would say the best team in the NFL, but that's okay.
I don't think I would say the best team in the NFL because Chiefs haven't lost yet. So until they lose, I'll say they are. But Lions probably the best team in the NFL, probably. I like the NFC better than the AFC this year. But again, I'll take Houston in this game.
We both take Houston. We ride on, folks. Dolphins and Rams. Sunday Night Football. What do you got?
Monday night.
Monday Night Football. God, I can't
Monday
read.
night. Is that right? So I have a question. Is there something I don't know about the Dolphins? The spread is 1 in favor of LA.
Are they?
What am I?
Who's home?
It's in LA.
I don't know.
Do you think it should be more for the Rams or?
Yeah. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are healthy. Aaron Williams is healthy.
Okay.
Stafford healthy. Rams.
All right.
I don't know why it's only a 1-point spread. I think it will be a 2-score game.
Ooh,
Oh, all right.
that's bold, Ezra.
I was gonna say I know why it's a 1-spread game. I'm gonna take the Dolphins in this game.
Wow.
Tua's been back for 2 weeks. They've lost 2 in a row, but they look good. They look a lot better. Defense, they're struggling, but offensively, they look good. They look back to what the Dolphins could do, score a lot of points. They scored 27 against the Cardinals and 27 against the Bills, back-to-back weeks.
Yep.
Stafford's good, makes mistakes. Dolphins defense can clean things up. They'll win this game.
Ezra, what's the over-under in this game? It doesn't matter. It's going over. I'm taking the Rams this week, though.
That was aggressive.
It was aggressive, but it doesn't matter.
It's 50.
It's 50?
50.5.
Yeah, I'll take the over. Both these teams are going to score 50 points. They play no defense. They're almost exactly identical. Both high-power offense. One's got more speed. The other one has no speed.
Damn.
Let's see. One has a nice corner. The other one traded away the other corner this week. The Rams are very young. Dolphins pretty old. I'm gonna take the more experienced team, the more experienced coach, the more experienced quarterback, and the more experienced wide receiver. I'm taking the more experience in the Los Angeles Rams. We move on to my QB rankings. This is tier 4 of the QB rankings. All right, this is 32 through 25. Mason Rudolph, Bryce Young, Gardner Minshew, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr, Drake May.
Wow. I'm surprised Deshaun Watson's not last. You also spelt his name wrong.
No.
Yeah, it's Shaun. I'm pretty sure it is, unless I'm stupid, but it's the bottom 8. Do I have any issues with it so far? I'd probably put Joe Flacco.
I don't think Joe Flacco's that bad.
I don't think I'd put Joe Flacco ahead of any of those guys. I don't know. Daniel Jones looked all right to start the season. He hasn't looked so good. He's like so inconsistent, Daniel Jones. I feel like sometimes he looks all right, sometimes he looks pretty bad.
I know.
Mason Rudolph in the back. I don't know if Mason Rudolph's Gardner Minshew. Okay, I'm not gonna no complaints yet. I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. It's fine so far.
Oh, after this.
I feel like I don't know who's in the next tier, but I would if I had to guess, it's probably the bottom 8 quarterbacks. But again, I could be missing guys.
We move on. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, Sam Darnold, Tua, and Dak at 17.
I don't think I have any complaints either. I think it's all right. I mean, rookie wise, so far, I think Bo Nix has outplayed Caleb Williams. I think 100%. Caleb Williams has outplayed Drake May hasn't played enough, so I'd put Caleb Williams over Drake May, and obviously Jaden Daniels is ahead of everyone. You might have him. Oh my God, that's you have at number 5, isn't it?
Who knows?
I forgot about him. Geno Smith hasn't played too good this year. All right, now Trevor Lawrence. If we're going off of this year, Trevor Lawrence might 21. I guess him and Geno are about the same spot. Both of them have underperformed this year. Russell Wilson at 20. Haven't seen him a lot, but he's played pretty good when he's played. Sam Darnold at 19. That's solid. To Dak. I'm not going to argue with it. I think it's okay. I think it's all right.
Ezra, any comments so far? You haven't really spoken yet.
I don't really have much to say.
Okay.
These are kind of the guys that can win football games that aren't anything spectacular. They're not the reason the team is winning or losing. Dak's in a tough spot because obviously it's
this is where it gets
are these the bottom 16 quarterbacks? Is Dak a bottom half quarterback in the league?
You're probably gonna say no when you see the other guys pop.
Well, I'm forgetting the guys.
You'll say
next
probably
tier is where we argue.
Yeah, but again, if we're going off of how Dak's played this year, hasn't played that good. So I'm not going to say anything. Tua hasn't played enough.
This is going off like a collection of this year and the past. So I'm not just gonna give guys.
I'd probably move Dak. I would move him up then. If we're going off of past years too, he's been pretty solid in the past. He's not having his best years, but he's been pretty solid. I'd probably move
This is where
Dak.
we start to get into this year.
This is bad.
This is not bad, Ezra. This is gonna hurt though. This is gonna be fun. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, all right. It was good until we got to this.
Here we go.
It was good until we got to this moment. All right. Okay. All right. Brock Purdy at 16. I don't like Brock Purdy. He's better than the 16th best quarterback in the league. He's better than that.
So who would you put Kyler Murray?
He's better than Kyler Murray.
I think Kyler Murray is a very good quarterback.
He's better than Kyler Murray.
I think Kyler Murray does a phenomenal.
Brock Purdy is right now better than. I love Aaron Rodgers. This is my favorite player ever. And right now,
yo, the numbers Aaron Rodgers puts up, I want to back Aaron Rodgers here. I think those interceptions aren't on him.
Some of them are.
The numbers don't look as bad as they are, and honestly, the Jets have a coaching dysfunctional problem, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is as bad as
I like to say, but I've watched him I just watched him throw some balls. I'm like, what is he just throws like one-on-one balls like into nowhere. It's like I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's like This guy was the best quarterback. I mean, this was the best quarterback in the league. I don't care what
Again,
you
this
said.
also isn't going off this year. I said it's going off a collective.
No, I know. Well, listen, if you go off collective, he has 4 MVPs.
Correct.
I
understand that, but it's also it's going off like this year, last year, and taking a little bit of the other.
No, Rodgers is making. Listen, Rodgers at 9. I don't think so. I think you have to move him down. Now, Stroud was great last year. He's struggled this year. He hasn't looked against the Jets. Wasn't so good. Against the Packers, wasn't so good. Herbert at 11, I think that's okay. Jaden Daniels at 14, I'm okay with that. I would probably. I think
you move Kyler down to 16, move everyone up 1.
I would move Kyler down to 16. I think I'd put Jaden Daniels at 15. I'd put Brock and Hurts ahead of him. Well, I'd also move Rodgers behind them too, but I'd put Brock and Hurts ahead of those guys. I like Goff at 10. Goff's a good quarterback. All right, Goff is a good quarterback. You can say what you want. That's a good quarterback. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to wow you. But he's gonna throw the football. He throws a good football. That's good.
Let's talk about Jalen Hurts real quick and why I have him at 15.
You just don't like Jalen Hurts.
First off, I'm a Giants fan. That is off to the side. Listen, you have the second best running back in the league. You have a top 7, I think, to 8 wide receiver number 1. Your number 2 is the best in the league. You have a top 5 offensive line. You have a good offensive coordinator. You have a pretty solid defense, a top 15 defense. And yet, you can't get much out of, I think, this offense as they should. They run the ball a lot. You know why? To play off Jalen Hurts' weaknesses, because I don't think he's that good of throwing of the football. I just don't think he is.
But, Dean, I mean, here's the thing. You could take whatever you want away from. What has Jalen Hurts done when he's been in the league? He was a rookie. They didn't do a lot. All right. Second year in the league. They went to the Super Bowl. Last year, they went to the playoffs with 11 wins. This year, they're 6-2.
They were a bad team last year.
No,
they were a bad football. They never should have made the playoffs.
They were the best team in the league for the first 10, 11 weeks. They were 11-0 or something like that.
Yeah, but ever since
phenomenal. After that, they fell. I don't know that the downfall of the Eagles last year is something that I don't think anybody could possibly explain. They went from the best, like a top 3 team to a bottom 3 team, and just like that. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. This year, though, they're 6-2. They're 6-2, and the past 4 games, Jalen Hurts has played pretty good. I will say his first 4 games wasn't spectacular. Last 4, pretty good.
Guys, if you want a handoff merchant, look at Jalen Hurts. He's a handoff merchant.
Nah, he's a good
elite handoff merchant. You talk about Brock Purdy being a handoff merchant. Jalen Hurts. He's a handoff.
He's a good quarterback. He's definitely a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
Listen, I don't know who's in the top 8. Mahomes, Lamar, Allen.
Well, let's just flip to it, right? Let's just flip to
Burrow.
it. Cousins, Love, Stafford, Baker, Burrow, Mahomes, Jackson, Allen.
Okay, all right. I have a couple of issues. First off, listen, Baker. If we're going off how Baker's been playing, Baker at 5, I'm not gonna. I don't think I could disagree with it. He's been playing out of his mind. He's been ridiculous.
He's been really good.
He's been phenomenal.
Really Baker's not a top 5 quarterback.
What?
What'd you just say?
Oscar said Rodgers at 9 because of his past, his history. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks.
But let's take Baker's past 2 years. Where did he go last year? The divisional round, and looked
ever since Baker's been a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, he's been phenomenal. He's
been amazing. And this year he plays with freaking Sterling Shepard, a wide receiver number 6, and he's balling.
Stafford 6, yeah. Kirk at 8. I think that's a little high for Kirk.
Kirk Ochenjo is a elite level quarterback.
Kirk's a good quarterback. I don't know if Kirk and Rodgers I think needs to get moved down a little bit. Kirk's a good quarterback. I don't think he's top 8 in the league. I think there's a couple guys I'd put ahead of him.
Kirk Ochenjo is insane. I like Kirk Ochenjo.
I would move him and Rodgers. I know they're old.
He can sling that thing. Kirk Ochenjo.
Stafford's very good too. Is Stafford number 6? I mean, I'm not gonna. He's the best. Of
you know
the
what?
three
I feel bad for Stafford because we watch him every year without his top players the past 2 years.
Yeah, and he looks like. I mean, he's playing without his top receivers. I watched Rodgers without a receiver, and it was like, oh, I feel bad for this guy. That's like Stafford. Stafford does make mistakes though, but again, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes. I like quarterbacks taking chances. The throw he had to what's his name? Demarcus Robinson. Yeah, it was on the money. A phenomenal throw. Put in the breadbasket. Great catch. Touchdown wins the game. I mean, that's a great throw.
Oh, the last play.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the top 4.
Top 4. I think that's the top 4.
That's the top 4.
I don't think there's no debate that's the top. Now, the order is this is the best quarterback in the league.
Yes.
hasn't played like it this year at all. These two have been better. So I'm not going to argue that you wouldn't put them ahead of it. This guy's the best. He's the best, but Mahomes hasn't played the best. I would argue these two are better than him this year. But I'm not going to argue with this, and I think Burrow. It's these three, and then Burrow just outside. That's your four. If you have a different four, you're wrong. I think
if you have a different four,
that's not your four. You're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're just. It's not right. This is it.
So say, is this the worst list I've ever made?
No, this is not the worst list. I've seen some bad lists. This one's not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. I think if I made a quarterback list, it'd be a little different, but it would not be far off of this.
Yeah, no, I think Baker. I asked somebody else, and I said, where would you put Baker Mayfield? I asked somebody at work I work with. They go, where would you put Baker Mayfield? They go, let me think. And they said, he's crazy, but number 5. And I said,
he's the fifth. He's the fifth guy out of everyone. He is the next guy playing.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to see if we did a quarterback ranking last year. If you remember,
we did.
I think I still have it saved.
I don't have like mine saved.
Do I have the quarterbacks? I don't think I have wide receivers, running backs.
Oh wait, actually, I do have it saved. That's a lie. I completely do have it saved.
Which is weird. I have running backs. I have receivers.
I definitely have it saved. But the problem is that list is really bad compared to now.
But I don't have. Why do I not have quarterbacks? It's so weird.
That list is saved for me. Hold on, give me a second. It should be.
I even have my mock draft from last year, but I don't have the quarterbacks. I have award predictions. Oh, that's so weird. That sucks. I really wanted to pull up
QB evaluation. Oh, I don't think that's it.
I really wanted to pull up the quarterback list because it's like when you look at it last year, like I remember.
I don't know when we did it.
Like we did it before the season last year.
That doesn't help me.
It was in date wise. I can help you with the date. It was
It's got to be one of these.
It was August. I think it's July 19th. July 19th, 2023.
I wouldn't even have July.
Maybe June. Maybe it was June, but I think it was.
I want to pull up some porn document. No, that's something else. That's also not it. That's a team review. Yeah, July 19th?
I think that's it.
Nope. That's not it.
You sure it's not on that same doc?
No, I don't think it is. I could take a look, though. No, it's not. Now we're just going through my documents. Great, guys. July.
Never. Anyway, I just remember, we had like Jordan Love was like 26 because he had yet to play like anything at all, and he was at the Stroud was like, I think Stroud was 31st or something like that because again he hadn't played at all. So
yeah, no, I can't find it.
Yeah, but
I don't title enough stuff either.
But I think I've seen worse. You've made worse lists. I don't think that was bad by any means.
All right. Ezra, we got anything else today?
I'm just sitting back enjoying my pizza.
All right.
You're definitely right about 1, 2, and 3 being in a tier of their own, and then Joe Burrow kind of being the bridge between that tier and the top or the 5 to 10 kind of guy.
Baker's number 5. I think that's it. I think that's how it goes.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think after Baker, like 6 through, it could flip around a little bit, but
6 through
12.
I think 6 through 16 you could flip around.
Yeah, I
literally,
agree.
which even 17 and 18 you could flip Tua and Dak too. Like you could throw all those guys in there. I think Dak is a good quarterback. Dak just hasn't played.
I don't think Dak would never be in that like top. I don't know if he'd fall in that top. He'd be in like 6, 7, 8 range, but Dak could definitely be 9,
you're
10.
disrespecting the highest paid man in the NFL right now.
He is.
Don't forget about that.
That was a bad decision by them.
And how much are the Giants paying Daniel Jones?
Only $40 million.
Doesn't look so bad when you look at it compared to Dak's 60.
Only $40 million, and they get out of it this year. It's not that bad. Okay, Ezra, shut up. All right, that's another episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.